joining. Hi, Judy. We're doing a live video of blue flowers today. We're going to be arranging and making a blue bouquet. This is upon the suggestion of my son, Reeve, who said blue flowers, purple is okay, and green is okay. So I chose a bunch of different flower types here. So we're working with purple stock, blue thistle, lavender mums, blue veronica, purple lisianthus. There's two different types of blue delphiniums here. We have light blue and dark blue that we're going to play with. And we have purple aster. And then we have some fun filler flowers and greenery like eucalyptus, so fragrant. I love it too, Al. And blue pleurum, which I also always love using into my arrangements. And limonium. So we're going to first start by cleaning our flowers, as we always do. So we always have to clean our flowers and take all the stems, the leaves off of the bottom, like this. Some flowers, like the thistle, has a lot of shoots on the bottom, which I also want to get rid of. I don't totally get rid of them. I save them for other things later on. So I'm just going to clip them all off. I'm only using one stem of blue thistle, but one goes a long way with the thistle. It's also very spiky. When it dries, it stays just like this dried, but it actually kind of hurts. So the mum usually comes like this from the farm, and then we just take the netting off. And then I have lisianthus, which I like to break apart because they have a lot of different shoots here like this. So I'm just gonna take off all the leaves. The buds like this don't really do much. Sometimes they tend to wilt fast, so I usually like to clean them off. So I have two full stems, which give me a lot of blooms here. So take off all the leaves. There's two nice blooms here. Veronica, I would take off maybe up to here. Here, I'm going to take that off. And then the delphinium, I'm going to keep kind of long so they can poke out of the arrangement. There's a lot of things that poke out of the arrangement today, so I'll keep them kind of long. But even the flowers down here, I want to just take off. Sometimes I use these little guys for flower crowns and corsages and things like that, which every Wednesday we're going to be doing some sort of a floral arrangement, and one of them would be flower crown making, of course. So I'm going to take off all of these offshoots. If you have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to ask me. And then the aster, actually one stem comes a lot of different stems. So I'll start off with maybe 3. Clean off all of these bottom. So when I'm holding this, I'm making a hand tie today. And when I'm holding it, I don't want to hold on to any extra leaves down there. So even the eucalyptus, they have all of these. This is a spiral eucalyptus. They have all of these going down. So what I did was I stripped it off up to here. So this one I'll show you. I'm going to strip it up to here. You can probably save these because they smell so good. And then I strip this one. And then the blue pleurum also has a lot of nice offshoots. So I'm going to make this stem, that. I'll probably use these two separately. And then maybe I'll use this one separately too. Same as the limonium. It has all these different offshoots. So I clean off what are good stems to use. So maybe for now, I'll prep just 3 pieces. Okay? So I'm pretty good right now, so I'm ready to start. So today I'm actually not using any roses. I like to start out with using roses, something that's very hard, like a hard stem, like a woody, nice stem. But since we're not using any roses, I'm gonna actually start with the thistle because it has all these different offshoots up top. So I'm gonna choose little blooms to kind of nestle in between the blooms of the thistle. So I'll go in here like this. And then always, what I always do making a bouquet is always doing the spiral technique, which you cross over like this. Okay, so you take the first two stems, you cross over. And then I'm gonna take the next stem, I'll use the stalk. I'm gonna cross over the same way, same direction. And then I'll use aster, same way, that. And then I'm gonna go back to the other mum, crisscross right here. Okay, that. And then I'm gonna use some Lisianthus blooms in between. So if I look down, crisscross, maybe put it up here. And then I'm gonna use another aster, crisscross, I'm gonna put it up here. Let me use the other stalk, crisscross. You can turn it. If I don't wanna put it here, then I'm gonna turn the bouquet this way, crisscross and put it here. Okay, so now this already made like a nice rounded shape, and I'm holding it at a very skinny point. And this happened because I did crossing over, putting the stem constantly crossing over. So now I'm gonna start using the delphiniums. Some people are like, well, how are you gonna put that when it's such a pointy flower? So I'm gonna let it stick up. Okay. And then I'm gonna turn it crisscross, and maybe use the darker delphinium and put it here. Maybe make it stick up that way. And I'm gonna turn it and use the other light blue delphinium and put it that way. I hope Reeve is liking all the blue in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna use some Lisianthus now. So I think it's missing something over here. So I'm gonna still crisscross, but then stick this in this way right there. So it's kind of sticking up. Okay. And then I have all of these other fillers that I want to put sort of in between. So let me actually readjust the height of some of them. I'm gonna put the bupleurum there, put another piece right here. And then I have that final dark blue delphinium, which I will put right here. Here, I'll stick it out up a little bit. Okay. And then I have the other piece of bupleurum, which has like a nice chartreuse sort of yellowy, limey green tone that I think offsets really nicely against the green, the blue. So, and then I have the limonium, which is the other kind of filler. It's just kind of like a wild look. Wildness still takes a bit of arranging. Put the aster, kind of loosen it up. And then I have the other Lisianthus, which I could have it poking out over here. And then I have this Veronica, which I like to have little pokey accents. It kind of goes well with the other pokey flowers over here, like the delphiniums. Okay, and then the other Veronica, I'm gonna keep it tall. It's a short little pokey, but creates a nice little balance there. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. I used up all of the flowers that I cut up. See, that's like a nice rounded shape. And then my last accents are gonna be the eucalyptus. The eucalyptus, I think, goes really well with this because it's also pokey. It sticks up. That. And then I'm going to put the final piece over here. Okay, so from here I'm gonna cut the stems to about all the same size. So let's see. I also maintained my spiral. So I'm holding it at the skinniest point, which you always want. Hi, Malou. Okay, so I'm gonna get my bind wire here. This is just a wire that's covered in a, like a little paper. We use this a lot, pretty much for all of our bouquets. So it's wire inside here. So at the skinniest point, I'm going to put this across and then put my thumb down on it. And then I'm gonna pull it around, and then keep going until it's pretty sturdy. And then now I'm gonna, oh, are you driving? That's dangerous, Malou, watching and driving at the same time. Pay attention to the road. Aw, thanks, Reeve. Reeve insisted I didn't put anything else, and I was tempted to put white, but I didn't. I've been doing this on my personal Instagram to make a connection with my kids during the day and, you know, give them some sort of flower activity since, you know, we're on lockdown. And they've been loving it. So if you have kids, you can absolutely have them join. It's a little, I don't know, 15 to 20 minute pastime. And also you can learn some tips and tricks along the way. So this is my bouquet. Let's see if it stands. In a perfect spiral bouquet, it actually stands. Look at that. Okay, here, we'll do a top view. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining. And next week, I will take any suggestions. What we're gonna do is, oh, thank you, sweet Smelly. I am going to post this on Instagram Live, on our IG channel, I guess. So if you go back and watch, and you can feel free to put any comments on and make any suggestions of what to do next week. So I'll think about what I want to do. If I have any suggestions, then I'll take them. But thank you so much, and I will see you again next week at 2 o'clock on Wednesdays. Thank you. Thanks, Malou.